Everyone, I'm Nikit. I'm an 18-year-old guy from India who is on his entrepreneurial journey. In the past 2 years, I've struggled a lot with just being more disciplined. Just how can I be disciplined? How can I just do the work that I need to do? How can I chase my goals? How can I not sit there and procrastinate all day? Just like dealing with all those challenges, like with my mind. And for that, I have watched so many fucking podcasts, like hundreds of, probably even more, hundreds of hours of podcast, so many YouTube videos on self-improvement, this, that, rereading so many books again and again, trying to understand behavioral psychology, like trying to understand how to make habits, how to break habits, and falling into like ruts and coming back and falling into ruts again and again. And my goal from this video is to help the viewer understand what I've gone through, and like not repeating the mistakes that I did. And I feel like I kind of have overcome so many of the challenges that I'm going to lay out in this video, and hopefully you can compress the 2 years that it took me into maybe 6 months, 2 months that it's going to take for you in this journey that you're on achieving, maybe becoming the best version of yourself. And yeah, this is the video. And also right now I am working super hard. I'm actually a appointment setter for a growth operator. If you don't know what that is, it's basically something entrepreneurial. Okay, it's basically something that. And we made last month, in the month of August, I made $700. I know that's not a lot, but the level of I don't have much leverage in the work that I'm doing right now, since like I'm super new, like while doing the stuff that I'm doing. But I'm like leveling up my skills and doing more stuff and blah blah blah, and you guys know it. And as the time goes, as I keep working hard, the money is going to keep coming up. And I hope you guys watch this video and understand the lessons that I'm going to tell you guys about, like what I went through, so that when you are actually going through those things, you'll actually have more context on how, or like which direction to take and how to make decisions which will improve your life. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys like it. Before I get started, I want to just share a bit of my story, because if you don't know what I did, you will not probably relate with a lot of it. Okay, so last year in February 2023, I actually dropped out of high school. I decided like February 11, I decided, hey, I'm not going to go school anymore. I told my parents I'm going to study at home. I didn't plan to study. I decided that, hey, I wanted to start a business. And the only problem that was in front of me was I don't have time, because my coaching, I am in India, if you guys hadn't guessed it yet. I'm from India, and my coaching was taking like 8 hours, 10 hours of my daily time every day. So I decided that, hey, I need more time, and I'm going to stop going there, and I'm going to focus all in and go all in with entrepreneurship. I like stopped going to school, and now I have 24/7. I can work 24/7. But the next problem that I had faced was, hey, I have time, but I can't stick to the work that needs to be done. I can't stay fucking productive, or I don't even feel like working most of the time. I just want to sit here on my bed or just not do anything, right? And at that time, I discovered so many YouTubers or so many people in the self-growth or self-improvement space, like Hamza. I knew from a long time ago, but like I actually started watching so much of their content, learning about how to overcome addictions, how to overcome social media addiction, how to stop watching this, how to stop that. I started consuming so much of their content. And at that time, I also started to do boxing, because I listened to David Goggins, and he said you need to overcome, or you need to make your mind stronger. And I was like, fuck yeah, he's right. I need to go do hard stuff. So I went in, I started boxing, and I started to do harder stuff. And did that help? Yes, fuck, like of course it made me like into a better man, into a different man, because doing hard stuff is always going to make you a better person. But keeping those things aside, I was still going to boxing and coming home and like doing all the bad habits, like scrolling on social media, doing all that stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. And in the beginning, like why are we all doing this stuff? Like, why are you watching this video? Like, because you currently don't like the life that you're living. Why? Because you're not doing the stuff that you want. Like, you're not doing the stuff that you want to do, or you're not chasing your dreams. That is why you hate yourself, right? And that was that was also the reason for me. Like, I was constantly feeling like, hey, I want to grow this business, or I want to actually try, actually, like, I want to work on the thing, but I just don't work on the thing, or I'm like doing the stupid thing, which is doing this, or like I just don't know what to do. I was just fucking confused. And again, then in my life other YouTubers came in, like Andy Huberman, which was science came in. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to like learn about the science of dopamine. And I learned so much. And like, don't get me wrong, nothing is wrong, because it's fucking scientific literature. I learned so much about how dopamine works, how addictions work, how actually like addictions are, like how so many things work, right? And in fact, recently I also hold on, I'm going to like go back to the Andrew Huberman thing. I learned so much like about addictions and dopamine from him, and then I took that information, and like that information led me to find out about Alex Hermosi and other people who are in that space. Alex Hermosi is certainly in the entrepreneurial space, but so many of these creators who are talking about, hey, this is how you this is how you not overstimulate your brain, and this is how you work hard, or this is how you do this is how you do that. And there's so much stuff here that I was of course so much confused, but yeah, I was so much confused between so many things, and the only thing that I kept doing was watching more and more podcast. All that time I only had this one belief that if I keep learning, no matter what, like if I keep learning, fundamentally I should get there. I should be able to get out of this whatever phase I was in. And of course it was fucked up, man. Like honestly, I'll tell you something, which is why which is something I'm going to tell my sister, but it was like such a fucking debilitated, like it was so much fucked up thing for me, because I was addicted, you could say, whatever. I like the whole night I was spending watching anime, hentai, like reading hentai comics, watching anime, and doing stupid stuff, masturbating, and so much. And like it was fucked up, because I wasn't making money, and it was like, fuck, I need to make money because I'm high school dropout, and what am I doing with my life? And like, after you masturbate and after you fucking spend 6 hours watching porn, or just watching just doom scrolling on Instagram, you of course don't feel like working, right? You don't feel like watching and doing something productive. So I used to fall asleep in the night time on this bed which is behind me, or in my in that bed in the other room. And then as soon as I wake up, the only hope in my mind was, fuck it, I'm just going to spend 2 hours watching podcast, so that I can learn more, so that I can be like, okay, so that I can finally one day get out of this loop. So I still had that hope, and I think that was one of the things which helped me a lot, because I still kept learning one thing after another. And after a certain amount of time, I had so much information, and of course I wasn't just consuming podcast, I was also trying, and it was a constant phase of me thinking that, hey, I think I'm out of this loop, and I'm falling into the rut again. I would stay productive for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, or stay productive for a while, and then fall into it again. Stay productive, do all the hard stuff, do this, do that, fall into it again. And this would keep happening, right? And this is something which a lot of people also struggle with, and maybe I still struggle with, but I don't really know, I don't really care. I'm just going to tell you my experiences with what happened and what has been helping me, whatever. So yeah, where was I? So all of this stuff happened, and if you guys maybe go to my channel, in the September October last month, I actually did a full dopamine detox. So what I told myself was, okay, I'm going to remove all the dopaminergic activities. If you guys don't know what that means, activities which take so much dopamine out of you. So watching porn, like just watching social media in general, watching like dumb YouTube videos which are not productive for you, doing all of that stuff. I'm just going to get that out, not do that, and only focus on doing the hard stuff which I don't want to do but which is productive. I did that, and for a whole fucking month I was so productive. I was so happy with my life. It was hard, but I was so happy. And like I remember being in that like period, it was one of the most like really awesome thing which happened with me. And again, then I stopped doing that and was like downhill again, because I stopped like started being in the same loop of waking up, watching porn, doom scrolling all day, like while lying on my bed, and like going to the gym when it was like the only thing that I was doing which was kind of productive at that time was going to the gym. And I didn't even know what business I was going to start, honestly, because all these people are telling you, hey, start a business, do this, do that, but do you even know what you're going to do? Like seriously, bro, like you don't even know. And I did all of that stuff, and I'm going to tell you like just more of my experiences after that. You need to, first of all, you need to realize why you're doing this. You're watching all of these podcasts on discipline, on motivation, on these things, because you want to work on your goals. You want to chase your goals. You have goals, right? That's why you're doing all of these things. So first of all, in order to be consistent or disciplined or anything, you need to have clarity on the thing that you're going to do. I had no clarity. Like I like, hold on, like there's a book here, so I'm just going to read. I had no clarity on what I'm going to do. So the only like I said, the only thing that I had clarity was, okay, I'm going to wake up. As soon as I wake up, I'm not going to even go out of this room. I'm going to take my phone, start watching a podcast. That was the only thing that I was clear on. And after that, it was all my feelings, like how I like, depending on how I feel, I'm just going to do whatever. You need to have you need to decide, okay, like you need to decide, okay, these are the things that I'm going to do, or these are the things that are going to take me towards my goals. Like, what are the actions that you need to take? Okay, maybe like for you, let's say at example, the actions are, you need to go to the gym, or maybe if you're a business guy like me, the actions is you need to do the outbound, or you need to do this, do that. Like you need to maybe you need to create YouTube videos if you're a YouTuber, right? That is the action that you need to do. Now after you have the action, there's more problems coming, like you don't want to do it, right? So then the next thing which I learned like from my boss recently, which is like I asked my boss, hey, this is something which I'm dealing with. This is what I asked my boss. I asked that hey, I start doing my work and I'm fairly consistent for a week, 1 week or two, and I'm really happy in that thing, but I just fucking stop doing the work that I'm doing and just fucking lose all progress and just start, like people call it self-sabotage. I just like stop doing the good things and start doing all the bad stuff, start watching anime, do this, do that. I just start to do that. And my boss just told me this thing. He sent me a lot of voice messages, but the thing that stuck with me was this: you lose to your old habits because you lose the track of your purpose. And that was very interesting to me, because this is one of the themes which like I have been thinking a lot. And hold on a second, because like a lot of people here are just going to be like, fuck, I don't know what to do, like this guy is just bullshitting right now. Because this was my same reaction when I listened to like purpose, because I don't purpose, like these words are so vague and like they just get thrown out of nowhere. But one thing here, when I heard this advice, I was like, what the fuck does he even mean? Because I hear Alex Hormozy, they say stuff like, you don't need a purpose to win, you don't need this, you don't need to have big goals, you don't need to have anything, right? You just need to do the work. But I think the nuance here is, when we say the word purpose, the purpose doesn't have to be this huge thing, like this like it doesn't have to be a huge goal or this huge positive thing that you are chasing, right? It doesn't have to be that. What it can be is just one small thing. Like what it can be is a negative thing. For me personally, when like in February, and it was like this year February, it was my 12th exam, and my parents actually didn't know that I wasn't studying, so I actually had to came like a rough and tell everyone, hey, I haven't studied anything, it's going to be fuck all, and I'm not going to go like do that exam, I'm just going to drop out. And it was a very rough thing, and I haven't shown any results that this business thing can work like in front of my parents. So I was like this is what it is. And after that, like my parents like went crazy about it. Of course they will, because they are Indian parents. And then my parents' family went even more crazy because, hey, what is this guy doing, and blah 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 blah. And it was insane. So at that time I had to make money. Like for me, the shame that it was going to bring, that I was wrong about this decision or the call that I made about this online business thing that is going to work, fuck, like it was unacceptable for me. Like my ego is too fragile to handle, whatever you want to call it. It was like for in my mind I was literally like these past months from March 2024 to again like June-ish, like maybe March, April, May, June, like I was working so hard. Like I haven't worked so hard in my entire life. I would just focus on getting so much work done, and we got so much work done. Yeah, like last month August, I made $700, which is again not a lot, but it is around the same as or at least around the same as my father earns in a month, which is crazy. And then again, like before that month we also earned a little bit, before that we also earned. So I did that, and like I was like holy shit. But if you see clearly, I had a purpose, but the purpose was just like when we say purpose means why am I doing this. And at that time I was like, I don't want other people to be right. I don't want them to be right. I don't want them to like that they were saying things about me that, hey, you're not going to be successful, you don't know how hard business is, you don't know anything about business, you are just a 17-year-old from like whatever, right? So I wanted them to not be right, and that was compelling me to work fucking harder. And that was my why. Right now you have to think, what is your why? Because you're doing it for a reason. And like don't get me wrong, it could be a reason. It could, like, you could just say, hey, maybe I just want a girlfriend, therefore I'm doing this, like whatever. Maybe I just want this, maybe I want to help my mom, maybe I want to like get like maybe whatever. Like the reason we do anything is because we have a why. You need to find your why. And maybe some of you watching this already have a why. Like you're going to tell me, hey Niket, the reason I'm going to do this is because like the reason I want to build a business is because I want to be rich. And why? Because I'm poor. And like, it could just be that. Like it could be as simple as that. But then the question is, hey, like Niket, I have a why. Why am I not working now? Like why am I spending my day just doom scrolling? And I think the reason that you're doing that is you have a why, you have a purpose, but you are not reminding yourself of that purpose. You forget about the fucking why. Think about it. When you're doom scrolling, are you thinking about your why? Like, are you thinking about why, like, you are doing all of this stuff? You're not. Like, your mind is like constantly, your mind is filled with unnecessary thoughts which are like taking you away from your goals, and then you fucking forget about why you started all of this to begin with. And I feel that is one of the reasons why so many people feel lost. Like they start the journey but they don't know why they are on the journey now, right? So identify what is your why. Like why are you doing anything? Why are you doing this thing? Like whatever, you want to be disciplined, maybe it's a gym, maybe it's in business in terms of working. Why are you doing that? What's your goal? I'll tell you my why right now, because what actually happened with me was, like, when I earned so much money last month, I was like, fuck, I don't really give a fuck about anyone anymore. Like I don't care about the opinions of my parents. Like I know I know the call that I was making was going to be right. I don't care about the opinions of my teachers. So a few of my teachers, they were like, fuck. Like, of course they didn't support me, nobody would. And I don't care about their opinions, I don't care about the opinions of my family. So like there is no motivation for me to go any further. So I had to. 1 second, I'm back. My boss messaged me some random stuff. I had to take a look. It was important. Anyways, so I was talking about purpose and having a purpose and having to remind yourself of the purpose again and over again. And I was talking about my purpose, like how I shifted that thing, and like this particular thing I actually found out from my boss, and then it started to resonate with me more. That, oh yeah, I think this is the thing which I didn't know, right? So right now my purpose or whatever, like why am I doing all of this shit, like why am I creating this video, why am I working so hard? So I just want to do cool stuff. That's so simple. Like that's literally it. I just want to do cool stuff. I want to like live my life in a way that any kid, like 18-year-old kid haven't yet, and do cool stuff. Maybe I want to go to US and like go there, maybe join acquisition.com, their company. Maybe no, I actually want to join acquisition.com, join there as a sales guy, learn so much from Alex Ramosi, and like maybe fucking lead teams there in his company, like be in a leading position, learn from them. And I actually like just want to do this in a really young age, and that is one of my core desires. Like that is one of my goals, and that is something that I want to do. Now don't question don't question your wants. Okay, maybe you want to just go have sex with 100 women. Maybe that's something that's exciting to you. I don't care. Don't question your wants. Like as humans we have wants. Now if that is imagine like whatever goal you have. Maybe you want to retire your parents, whatever goals you have. If it's 100%, if that thing is 100% in front of your head, won't you actually start to like act like the person who can actually won't you actually start becoming like more disciplined, more productive? Yes, you will. And I think that is something that you actually need to start doing in your real life, because for me, I had no idea like what I was even doing, like why am I even doing all of this shit, right? So one more thing that I want to add here is, my boss said this and it was really valuable. The reason that you are not doing, like the reason that you don't have the body, or you don't have the $1 million, is because you don't deserve it. And in order to get to that level, you need to become the type of person who can achieve that thing, right? You need to become in like his mentor. My boss's mentors told me this. Like my boss's mentor told him and he told me. So he said, before finding the best way to earn $1 million, you need to become the type of person who can make $1 million. Hope that resonated with someone. But when you have that, like when you have that purpose in your mind, you're going to think that, at least I do, like when you have that thing, okay, I need to like work hard on it. I want this thing, I need to work hard for it. Like when you have that, you're going to focus on becoming the type of person who can get that thing. Like you are going to focus on doing the stuff that is going to lead you to actually go and like achieve that thing. Now the way that I do, or that my boss told me to do, is, hey bro, go ahead and like create a document and write like why are you doing this, why are you doing this, what do you want to achieve in 2-3 months, or like what will happen if you don't do this, blah blah blah, so many things. Okay, now when I listened to him, I was like, okay, I don't think Alex Ramosi does this shit, right? I don't think Alex Ramosi or these high level entrepreneurs, like who knows, like I don't think these people who are on the top level, like let's say Elon Musk, I don't think he has a fucking spreadsheet or a Google Doc where he has written his goals or stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that these people almost always have this stuff in mind. Like they almost always know what they're going to do and why they're doing it. Like they have such big things like that they want to do, and of course, and also they enjoy doing this stuff, and also they are the type of person who can work on one thing for the longest time, while that thing not being fun. So they have that kind of identity for themselves, so they can work that hard. For the people watching this video, or for me, I don't have that for myself, and because I haven't done it before, so I have to create that for myself. I have to go ahead through the period of me sucking, of the work not feeling good, of all of the stuff, like just sucking, like horrible, like just pathetic days. And eventually you do that, and eventually you become the type of person who can work hard, who can go to the gym despite the way he feels. But I think the nuance there is, why are you doing that? Just you have that in your mind, like what's your start, like where are you trying to go? When you actually go there, the experiences that you have, the shitty days that you go through, the work that you do does the work on you. Like there is this quote from Alex and Muzi, which is, the work that you do does more work on you, the work that you do does more work on you than you do on it. I think that's so fucking true. Like take it the way that you mean it, take it the way that you understand it. Okay, now we have talked about, like, okay, you need clarity in order to do the work. I have clarity, Nikhil, I know what to do, and I am not doing it. Fine, you need a purpose now. Like we talked about it, you need a purpose. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, now Nikhil, I have a purpose. I am waking up. Maybe you are reading a document where maybe you are reading a page where you wrote why you are doing this, whatever. Like you're every single day you are reminding yourself of why you're doing this stuff. This is what I do. What I'm doing right now is, every day after I wake up, I just have this thing in my mind. Like, I want to go to acquisition.com. I want to build companies. I want to have a fucking team. I want to lead team of excellent workers, and for that I need to be excellent. I need to be the best. I need to set the example. So I have those things constantly in my mind. For you to for those things to be constantly in your mind, maybe you can go ahead and stuck something on your wall, and just sticking something on your wall doesn't work, because you will forget about it. Remind yourself every single day to read that thing every single day on the wall, like whatever you stuck. So read it every single day. Maybe stick it as your fucking phone's wallpaper, or on laptop's wallpaper. I actually did it, just a side note. So when you do that, you will constantly start to remind yourself of why you are actually doing this stuff. Now, the next problem that I've faced after doing all of this is, I know what to do. I know that this thing needs to be done in order to achieve my goals. I just don't want to do it. This sucks. This shit. Like, this is so bad. I don't want to do it. And yeah, that's true. And I think the next thing here is like managing negative emotions. Hold on just a second. Yeah, just managing negative emotions. And you just have to trust me that there's so much, like, I have, oh my god, there's so many podcasts, or like so much stuff that I've listened or tried on this thing, on negative emotions. Like, how can I get rid of my negative emotions? How can I, like, negative thoughts? How can I just have, like, how can I stop overthinking, or how can I stop being anxious, or this, that? Like, this is a short answer that I've learned from Lala Hormozi recently. You're not going to. And the thing is, nobody gets to get rid of their negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotions. Everyone, or at least the winners, the people who are at the top, according to Laila Hormozi, they just live with them. They also have the negative thoughts that both of us have. Like, I used to have this negative thought, and I still do sometimes, that, hey, what if this doesn't work out? Or, hey, what if, like, my boss is thinking about me that way? Or maybe, like, this is happening, that is happening, blah blah blah. It also, like, first of all, when there's negative thoughts come into your mind, you just have to fucking question it. Hey, is this even true? Because that is a thought, and not, like, thoughts are not true. Thoughts are just thoughts. Not all thoughts are true. So you have to question yourself, hey, is this thought true? Is this thought absolutely true? Maybe not. So if it's not true, then you can just fucking fuck it. Like you can just remove it from your head. Like you just discard it. And when you when you like when the thoughts actually come in, you can also be like, is this thought helping me? Like, is this thought helping me become the person that I want to become? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then why are you believing in it? Stop believing. Like, thoughts are thought, guys. Like, if somebody bullshits you in front of you, like if somebody comes to you and tells you, hey, XYZ is a bad person or blah blah blah, you're going to listen to them, but that doesn't mean that's true, right? So you need to first not believe into your thoughts, and like stop putting so much meaning on your thoughts. What if this happened? What if that happens? Nothing is happening right now. Like while you're watching this video, nothing is happening. Like you're not going to die. Hopefully you're not going to die. So just chill, just breathe a little bit, right? And the next thing which I learned is, when you are feeling this sad, or when you're feeling so shitty, like when you're feeling sick so much, like fuck, I don't want to do this, like like when you have that feeling, like people watching this might relate it. The best thing that, like the worst thing, let's talk about the worst thing. The worst thing that you can do is run away from that feeling. Because when you run away from that feeling, you're teaching your brain that, hey, whenever we feel this thing, we have to run away. And that is probably the worst thing that you can do. Because whenever you feel that feeling again, like whenever you feel like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to sit here, this feels uncomfortable, you're going to run away into your comfort zone. So whenever I feel this shit sucks, I don't want to do that, I don't want to sit here, I don't want to go to the gym, I'm going to be honest, like I think from the last 3 or 4 days, my gym workouts have been so fucking miserable. Oh my god, like almost like if you actually like went in and saw me, I am crying, I'm about to puke. Like it's so fucking shit. And it's not even like my performance has been down, because my sleep is good, my nutrition is good, like everything is like in that terms it's good. I just don't want to fucking do it. Just fuck me, and I'm still doing it, right? And the thing is, when I actually start the workout, when I actually go in, I'm like, fuck, I need to warm up right now, I need to go in and do this, do that, I'm just like, fuck, doing this, blah 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 blah. But when you actually go in and lean into the negative emotion, lean into the fucking sadness, lean into the what you're training your brain is, hey, like this is fine. Because we as humans adopt to the scenario, the thing that we are in. Think of this as an example. When you go to a public bathroom and it's really smelly, and like as you enter, it's like it's very strong, the smell is very strong, but after you're there for 2-3 minutes, it becomes like it doesn't feel as strong, right? It's manageable for you, and in that it's still smelly, but it's still manageable. So when you actually go into the shitty thing, and actually do the shitty stuff that you don't want to do, like go to the gym, or just do the meditation session, or for me just doing the work that needs to be done, like the business work, just lean into the pain. Just whatever it is, just lean into the pain. I'm just going to start just a little bit, let me lean in. And when you lean in, you're training your mind, hey, this is not that bad, hey, this is good. And eventually when you keep leaning and leaning and leaning in, I think the work just like you just get okay with sucking. You just get okay with feeling shitty. And guess what? When you feel okay with feeling shitty, it just becomes default and you stop feeling shitty. So just something that I learned from Lala Hormozi. This is something which I've learned from Lala Hormozi, right? As a reminder, just whenever you feel that pain of that sadness, or like the negative emotions that you don't want to feel, lean into the negative emotion, lean into the anxiety. Whenever hey, I feel like I should tell that girl, like I should talk to that girl, or hey, I feel like I should check what my boss, like check the messages what my boss said, or hey, I should go ahead and do my homework but I don't feel like doing it because I have this anxiety or I don't want to do it, blah blah blah. Lean into it. Okay, I'm feeling a certain way, and you have to, like, guys, you need to realize, the person who is watching this, you need to realize that the reason that you're not doing the work that you need to do is, like, most of the times because you're just not feeling like it, right? You're just not feeling like it. You're feeling negative emotions. You're feeling anxious. You're feeling like, hey, I don't want to, like, your mind is not clear, and like just in a short way, your mind is not clear. Because in my personal experience, what I have noticed is, when my mind is clear, like when my mind is like, hey, I am not thinking about a lot of things, I'm not I'm not so prone to go ahead and just scrolling on Instagram, or just look at my phone and be like, I'm just gonna not scroll. Or I would be like, when I want to go to the gym and I'm not thinking that much, I'd be like, or at least when my mind is calm, I'd be like, this sucks, but I'm just going to go to the gym. When your mind is filled with negative emotion, negative thoughts, blah blah blah, blah, bullshit, which you don't know how to control, which you don't know how to manage, that's when you, like, go to your self-sabotaging bullshit. Like, that's when you go and self-sabotage. So negative thoughts, question your negative thoughts. Is it wrong? Like, is it right? Is the thought right? Is the thought absolutely right? If it's not right, just fucking remove it from your head. As if it's right, maybe just question yourself, hey, is this thought helping me in any way become a more productive person? Maybe not. So just fucking remove it. Like, why are you believing? Maybe it's not even true, right? Who knows? So negative thoughts that way, negative emotions, sink into it, lean into it. And one more thing, which is a really good realization, which maybe you'll have right now: no negative emotions will last forever. Nothing lasts forever. No, like, this is the best thing ever. Because, like, if you're going to the gym and you don't feel like going to the gym and it sucks, it's like horrible, like, that is something which was, like, just happened to me today. Even, like, it was so horrible, I just don't want to be there. In fact, I did 2 sets of leg press today, and it was so horrible. I was like, I'm going to home, bro. It was so sick because I was going to failure, and it was crazy. So I was just like, fine, I'm just going to wait here 2-3 minutes more. I'm just going to take a rest. We'll see what happens. I was just like letting it sink, and I'm just going to lean a little bit more into the pain. And again, after 2-3 minutes, I was like, hey, this is sufferable, or this is painful, but this is manageable because my mind actually adapted to it. And this is how you just start eating the pain little by little, right? This is just what has been helping me with that thing. And there's one more thing which I've written. Okay, social media addiction, which is something which maybe my sister will watch about this, hopefully. So maybe you're going to listen to this thing and you're going to be like, oh, Nikhil, I'm going to go in and lean into the pain, not listen to my negative thoughts, have the purpose in my head, and be clear in terms of what I need to do. Okay, and just as a side note, if you don't know what you need to do, just ask yourself, okay, what are the things if I do I will not make progress? The things may be, hey, if I don't learn, I will not make progress. That means I need to learn. If I don't take any action, I will not make progress. That means I have to take some action. So when you question, like when you ask a different question, when you ask the question in a different way, you can get the right answers too. So try that if that works for you. But again, I actually dealt with another problem, which was the social media thing, right? I was watching porn to not, like, I was feeling negative, like the negative emotions would come up, like I just don't feel like working, so I would start watching porn. And porn is a really great way, like not a healthy way, but porn is a really fucking great way to avoid to actually, I don't even know what the scientific term is, but to just calm your head down. Because when you're watching porn, you're not overthinking. You think that it just calm. It just like you don't have to think about anything. Like there is dopamine releasing. It's like it's awesome. It's not awesome, but you're not thinking about anything, and it just feels a little bit peaceful, right? So it's a very healthy way. Sorry, very unhealthy, like very good way to just cope with negative emotions. But like I always thought about it myself that hey, I'm just addicted to porn. I'm just addicted to social media scrolling or this that, right? But what I did not realize was I don't think I'm addicted to porn. Like I don't think I'm addicted to porn. Yeah, maybe I use it as a coping mechanism, but the main problem is I just don't know how to lean into the negative emotions that I feel and change my coping mechanisms, right? So when I felt stressful or when I felt this little bit of like stress or negative feeling, anxiety, I was overthinking anything, my main reaction would be I'm just gonna go watch porn. And that is very fast and easy way to just eradicate the feeling. But instead of doing that, like when I used to do that, gonna go watch porn, I was avoiding the negative feeling which I'm going to feel while I'm going to work. So like I said, when I told you I'm going to lean into the pain, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm just going to start the work. When I actually started leaning into my negative emotions and started to being more started to adopt, or actually just being okay with feeling shitty, being okay with feeling anxious or whatever feeling that I'm feeling, whatever frustration or whatever it is that I'm feeling, the urge to go ahead and like watch this watch that just started to decimate for me. So this is just what happened with me. Maybe it will happen with you, maybe it might not happen with you. Take it with a little bit of grain of salt, because I am not a medical expert and I am also not Alex Hermosi, right? So just what has been helping me with that, okay? And yeah guys, this was the video which I wanted to make. All of the things which I told you, like everything has been covered which I wrote here. And the one thing which I wanted to talk, like just as I end this thing, if you go ahead, like if you watch this video and go ahead and watch another video, fine, but you're going to forget all of the things which you watched from this video right now, because like unless you took notes, right? And if you don't read the notes, you're going to forget all those things anyway. So I just want you to keep this belief in your head, because it has helped me a lot, which is, if you do not stop, you cannot lose. If you do not stop, you cannot lose. Maybe you'll watch this video and you will forever never watch this video again, and you'll forget about me and you'll forget about who I am ever. But if you can keep watching, like keep learning and keep fucking trying to fucking figure out whatever it is that is wrong with you, wrong with your head, which maybe there is nothing wrong with your head, you are just fucking human and you like doing stuff which is easy and you don't want to stop, you don't want to feel negative. There's nothing wrong with you, by the way. I forgot what I was going to say, but you're a human and you need to fucking learn. And in order to learn, you need to watch more videos, and after this video maybe go ahead, maybe take some action. If you forget, you can watch another video. But if you keep learning, you will not lose. That was one of the fundamental beliefs that has helped me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.